Welcome back to Sounds Plus Podcast. Today is just me going through another movie review episode. I got 7 movies here, all that I've watched recently, some rewatched, some out of theaters. The 7 movies that we're going through today: V for Vendetta, because November 5th was recently. Today's date is December 25th. It is Christmas. The Fall Guy, Predator Badlands, Now You See Me, Troy, Jurassic World Rebirth, and Point Break are the 7 on the list here for today. So V for Vendetta, I rewatched probably for the fourth or 5th time. Every November 5th, I try and rewatch it because the plot. It's rated R, came out in 2005. It's around just over 2 hours. It's an 8.1 on IMDb. Starring Natalie Portman, Hugo Weaving. Directed by James McTeague, I think is how you say it. It's written by Lily Wachowski, who wrote The Matrix. So that's the Hugo Weaving connection there. James McTeague directed Ninja Assassin and The Raven, which were both pretty mediocre to bad. But he did help out with The Matrix. So he doesn't direct a lot. I wouldn't say one-hit wonder because he just doesn't direct a lot. But he's more of a production side of things. Some other actors in this movie that I kind of saw when I was watching: Eddie Marsan. I don't know his name, but he's the villain in Hancock who Will Smith cut his hand off. He's in this movie, as well as Mr. Ollivander from Harry Potter, that old dude. He's also in Snowpiercer. He's in the back of the train, the old dude with like no limbs. He's like I don't know if they call that prime minister, but it's like a dystopian British political movie. I don't know what they called him, but so I rated it a 9 and it was an 8. And then I rewatched it again, I bumped up to 9. It is amazing. Intro scene's amazing. The dialogue is kind of wicked. V's beginning scene or monologue they had, only using words that start with the letter V. Like I said, it's a very political film, but it's like in the future, like British dystopia stuff. So it's not like today's stuff as much. I'm sure you can correlate some stuff, but I'm not political, so I have no idea. I would say it's Natalie Portman's 3rd best movie, just by thinking Black Swan is better. She does better in Black Swan than this. And then Leon the Professional with Gary Oldman. To go over the plot a little more, basically Hugo Weaving is this dude that broke out of, not to spoil, but like he broke out of prison and he's a secret identity. And he wears a mask and he just beats, and he's insanely smart. He's always a step ahead, has like cool knives as weapons. And then he named himself V. And basically he's just, he wants to expose the government and stuff like that and blow up a building. A little bit of terrorism, but like, you gotta watch it. It makes sense. You're voting for him, or you're rooting for him, not voting. One scene that is not the highlight of the movie, because the whole thing's amazing, but that got me was the prison scene when Natalie Portman was trapped in prison. It was like 30 or 40 minutes of her just mentally breaking down. The point of it is much larger, but I'm not going to spoil it what happened. But that experience was kind of interesting because I had no idea that where she was. They didn't really explain it until after, which was pretty cool. It was kind of a twist. The ending was not controversial, but there was a part where she said, somebody was asking who he was, V, and she said, my father, which it confused a lot of people. I don't think he was. It was more of like he is everybody kind of thing. It was a bigger metaphor type of deal. But the ending was kind of perfectly done with the cop and Natalie Portman. V as a character was badass. He lived in a bunker. Not a bunker. It was kind of a weird underground thing. But he had like a bunch of music and movie stuff, like retro shit. That was pretty cool. I kind of want to live there. I believe the 20-year anniversary is this year. So I think they're showing it in theaters again. Don't know where, how, or when. It is one of those movies that I watch every year on the 5th of November. It's definitely a must-see watch at least once. It is amazing. The second movie on here was The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, that came out 2024. It's PG-13, just over 2 hours. It's 6.8 on IMDb. Aaron Taylor Johnson's also in this with his weird career. Directed by David Leitch, something like that. He directed Deadpool 2 and Bullet Train. So that was the Aaron Taylor Johnson connection there. He also produced all of the John Wicks. Another actor that's in here that I noticed, a very small role, is Teresa Palmer. Duh. She's in Sorcerer's Apprentice, Message from the King, Hacksaw Ridge, stuff like that. I rated it a 6. I didn't see it in theaters, but it was my first time watching. It was like Peacock or something. It's super fun, a lot of action, not quality good, but it's a fun PG-13 family vibe. Like it's they take a serious situation, then jolly it up to make it more fun. Emily Blunt, obviously great. She's never had a bad performance ever, I don't think. Gosling's good. He didn't have to play anyone like spectacular, but a little comedy in there as well to make it more family vibe. I believe it's worth watching if you like Gosling and or Emily Blunt. Gosling and Blunt both have an incredible resume, but you can tell they did this for a check and just to have fun with it. But from like a cinematic film standpoint, definitely not worth it, or definitely not good, I should say. So that was my first time watching it. Worth watching, yeah, on streaming if you're bored, but like you could also put it on in the background. The third movie on today's list, Predator Badlands 2025. I did see this in theaters. It's PG-13, hour 45. It's a 7.4 on IMDb currently. The cast has two people. It's Ellie Fanning and then Demetrius Schuster Colomontaghi. Butchered that. He's the Predator dude. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg. He directed 10 Cloverfield Lane with John Goodman, that scary thriller type. And then he also directed Prey. He directed one episode of The Boys, and he directed one episode of Black Mirror, which is very interesting, which I got to finish that shit. Anyway, cast is two people, which is awesome. It's all I wanted. Going in theaters, my full expectation was to see aliens and monsters in picture and just fighting the entire time. It's all I wanted. I didn't want dialogue. I didn't want anything. And I mostly got that. Like there was a few parts where there's too much talking. They didn't overdo it. It was just fighting. It was awesome. Soundtrack was very good. You definitely need a theater experience watching this regarding the sound and the picture for sure. One thing they cleared up right away that bothers me sometimes is when the one character speaks English and the other one doesn't, and they somehow understand each other. Some movies do that. They kind of took care of that right away because she's a robot, not a human. But like a movie that did that was Avatar. Like the Water Tribe knows English in the second one. I don't know how they know English. I don't know if they explained it or brushed over it, but that sometimes bothers me. Even in the third one, The Fire and Ash, I don't know how they know English, or the Wind Traders. That's gonna get me mad. No, it's not part of the plot. It's not a part of the plot, so I don't really care. But it's just something in the back of my head that always bothers me for some reason. Fight scenes were amazing. Inventive for sure. Plot was good, but it didn't have to be good. Like it was better than I thought it was going to be, but that's not what I was there for. Plot, basically, this outcast predator member, his father's like, I'm going to kill you. Or his father killed his brother, and he's like, I'm going to kill you now. And he ran away, and he wanted to prove to his father that he's worth being part of the clan. So he goes to a death planet. I think it literally means death, like the planet they went on. Everything wants to kill everything, like plants, the ground, like everything. Some weird alien monsters on the planet. But by the end, he kind of uses the planet to his advantage, like nature stuff. Overall, I rated it an 8. Very good. Definitely worth watching. I did not think it was going to be that good. Okay, the fourth movie I have on here is Now You See Me, the first one, the 2013, PG-13, just about 2 hours. It's a 7.2 on IMDb, which I think is a little generous. It is good for like a magic movie. The cast is stupid, by the way. It's Jesse Eisenberg, Mark Ruffalo, Morgan Freeman, Common, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, Isla Fisher, Melanie Laurent, and Michael Caine. Directed by Louis Leterrier, something. He directed 2008 Incredible Hulk, Fast X, and Clash of the Titans. Weird filmography there. It's the third or fourth time I watched it. I rated it a 7. I would go like 6, 8, 6, 9. Big twist at the end. Super fun. I didn't watch it because of the new one that came out recently. I just watched it because I was bored. I don't care about the sequels. They're all mid. I don't care. Especially like the second one with that card scene with the security was pretty obnoxious. This one was magic. Nothing super obnoxious. I did like how they used all the lights and buildings and tech for this one. A cool way that they covered up plot holes was to put a character that is trying to figure it all out as it goes and expose them, which Morgan Freeman did in this movie. Number 5 already? Damn, we're rolling through this. Troy. 2004, rated R, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So a little long there. 7.3 on IMDb. I think that's severely underrated. Brad Pitt, Eric Bana, Orlando Bloom, Brian Cox, Diane Kruger, Brendan Gleeson, who's the Harry Potter guy with one eye that's with a limp. Garrett Hedlund, I think that's how you say his name. He's the Tron Legacy guy, which I forgot he was in this movie as like a child, teenager. Sean Bean is also in this, is Odysseus, I think. I did watch this because of Odyssey coming out, Nolan. It's the same story, mythology stuff. Directed by Wolfgang Peterson, which has a very random-ass filmography. Directed Poseidon with Josh Lucas and Kurt Russell and Emmy Rossum. And the Jaws guy is in that. Not the sharks biologist, not the Schneider. Perfect Storm as well with George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg, and then Air Force One with Harrison Ford, which was brutal. But I rated it an 8. It's my second or third time watching. It's awesome. I love the story so much. I like mythology stuff. So it holds up regarding the war scenes too, which is cool. Regarding the plot, it's just mythology and Achilles, Brad Pitt being badass. It has like the Trojan horse story into it. For the amount of actors and the production of it, a 7.3 I think is just severely, like you got to bump that up because of what they all put into it. Brad Pitt was amazing. Orlando Bloom, this came out in 2004. So he did all the Lord of the Rings, then this, and then all the Pirates of the Caribbean in a span of, I don't know, 10 years, which is insane. His character was objectively the worst character. Not written, just like you hated him. He started it all. He was just the worst. Made every wrong decision possible. He was kind of a coward, kind of a loser. Achilles kind of being an outcast and not praising the gods or his king, I thought was kind of cool. Like he's so badass that no one wanted to test him because he'll just kill you. Him having his own like militia at his back, like his own little army was kind of cool. How they just stormed the beach with nobody else because he knew he could win. In terms of like most rewatchable movies that I like to rewatch, this is up there. Ocean's 11 is obviously number 1. Soundtrack is great. I mean, I could see why it was rated 7.3 and not higher. I could tell, but like also like lighten up. If you haven't seen Troy, you got to watch it at least once, especially before the Odyssey comes out, which I'm super excited for, which I keep seeing leaks and trailers for. I don't want to see trailers and leaks. I got to stay off my phone, I guess, but it's inevitable at this point in day and age. The 6th movie, Jurassic World Rebirth, 2025. I did not see this in theaters. PG-13, just over 2 hours. It's a 5.9 IMDb currently. It should be a 4.8. Anyway, Scarlett Johansson's on this. Mahershala Ali, I think that's how you say his name. The Green Book guy is in this. And then Ed Skrein, the Deadpool villain, Ajax, I think his name is in Deadpool, is in this. And I noticed it right away. I was like, oh, interesting. Directed by Gareth Edwards. He directed 2014 Godzilla, Rogue One, which was good, and then The Creator. So a little weird there. I rated it a 5. I would have went 4.7. This movie sucked. It's horrible. It's awful. Like, it is so bad. And I kind of like the trailer. Could have kind of made it a little horror-ish, but it's a franchise, Jurassic World money grab. Plot sucked. They're going to like a dinosaur-infested island, but like this island, they made like hybrids of dinosaurs even more. Like, it's so stupid. Like, you can tell ScarJo did it for the check. Same with Mahershala Ali. The genetically combined dinosaurs was kind of cool. I think that they did like a pterodactyl raptor mix. They did like a T-Rex, one with the long neck mix. Like, they did a bunch of shit. It was kind of cool, but also kind of gross. They all looked weird. I think the whole plot was they're going there to cure heart disease. They need some like samples. Like, they're all like jolly about going and all like confident. I'm like, this never ends up well. Like, how many movies do you have to make to realize that this is just a bad idea? I watched it because I was bored, not because for film or cinematic pleasing. But when you're not doing anything, when you're busy with something else, you can turn it on. It's fun. I don't even say it's fun. It's pretty boring. It's pretty terrible. Like, there's a family sailing in the ocean when they know those big water dinosaurs are swimming around. Like, no way we're sailing around there, right? Like, there's no way. Okay, last movie on here on this list, Point Break, the 91, the Keanu Reeves Swayze one. Rated R, 2 hours, 7.3 on IMDb. Directed by Catherine Bigelow. I don't know how to say her name. She's badass. She directed Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30, and I didn't know going in that she directed Point Break. I totally forgot. I rated it a 7. To this day, after watching his younger stuff, Keanu Reeves, like Devil's Advocate, Matrix, and then even John Wick's, I can't tell if he's a good actor or not. I still can't tell. Super successful, obviously. Very weird. Like, so he has awesome moments, and he is like, what the fuck was that? Like, it's weird. Swayze was awesome in this. Great actor, Rip. Very complicated character, which is awesome. This is my second time watching it also. I watched it a long time ago, but his character is very complicated. Super smart. The dynamic of the two, going back and forth, of them being like low-key friends, but the way they did the dynamic was awesome. On paper, the plot is so freaking stupid. FBI agent goes undercover to catch a gang of surfers who may be bank robbers, is what the plot is listed in IMDb. The dumbest thing you could think of, but they did it well. It had some 90s corny, cringy moments, but it's awesome, so I don't care. But the movie was pretty good. It also has that girl from Free Willy on it. We just flew through that. So those are 7 movies for this episode. A lot of retro, iconic movies, and then also some new ones that are just god-awful. But I can't try and mix it up. Be sure to check out TikTok, Instagram, as well as we're going to have merch soon. We're currently in processing of testing it, but the website will be up soon if you look into that. Even if you don't, if you don't care for this, pod. I think the merch is kind of cool, regardless, even if you don't like me or us. But you'll see it when the website's up. But it's on all of our social media's links. You can sign up with your email to know when it's live. So I recommend doing that, but it will be soon. So I'll catch you next time with the next 7, which I'm about to roll into here on the next episode.